Welcome to The Human Thread, a space for those seeking something real in a world dominated by noise and algorithms. I'm Greg, and here we unravel the fabric of authentic connection through creativity, meaningful conversations, and reflections on the messy, beautiful human experience. Let's dive into the threads that bind us beyond likes and follows to meaning, art, and genuine dialogue. Recently, a colleague gave me some feedback. It wasn't easy to hear, if I'm being honest, but it got me thinking about how essential real, unfiltered feedback is to growth. If asked, I'll always stress the importance of feedback. But as a CEO, I realize it's easy to get lazy about seeking it out. People hesitate to be honest with someone in a leadership position. And my colleague definitely eased into delivering this news with a little bit of apprehension. This is a clear difference from the way they typically give feedback to members of the team they directly manage. The higher you are in an organization, the less likely you are to hear the truth. Leaders must actively seek it out. It's a dangerous trap. Without honest feedback, you start operating in an echo chamber, reinforcing your own assumptions or bad habits instead of redefining your approach. I believe the best leaders don't just tolerate feedback, they pursue it, and they do it relentlessly from everyone around them. It's not just a tool for improvement, it's a necessity for staying sharp and connected. Have you ever done a cold plunge? Well, feedback can feel a heck of a lot like doing a cold plunge. It shocks your system. Your chest tightens. You do that uncontrollable and audible gasp before a shiver. You know the one. It's like, like that. And anyone who's done a cold plunge will know that sound, know that feeling. When I've done cold plunges or cold showers or anything that shocks my system like that, my brain just screams, "Get me out of here." But if you push through it and stay in the moment, something shifts. Your body adjusts. After that initial shock, you emerge sharper. You're more alert. You are stronger. At first, criticism feels like betrayal. It attacks the identity you've built, but that identity is only really built up in your own mind. Buried in that discomfort is an opportunity to see yourself more clearly, to be better. My first instinct when receiving feedback: defend, justify, find flaws in the critique instead of flaws in myself. But I've noticed that sting only happens when there's real truth in it. The greater the discomfort, the more valuable the lesson. To be a truly authentic leader, you must resist the urge to fight it. The process of fighting is not only fueled by ego, it shuts your brain off to actually staying in the conversation, actually hearing the words that are being said to you. And sitting with that discomfort builds EQ, or emotional intelligence. Now, most people believe they are self-aware. I'm included. I believe it. But the reality is, true self-awareness is rare. Honest feedback closes that gap. It forces reflection. It makes us confront blind spots we'd rather ignore. And emotionally intelligent people embrace that feedback as fuel for growth. They recognize that the most valuable insights often come from the people closest to them. It's easy to dismiss a coworker's critique, but what about a partner's comment on your communication style? What about a friend's perspective on how you handle stress? These insights are gold. We just need to have the courage to ask and the desire to listen. Receiving feedback isn't just about professional growth. It's about personal growth too. Truly emotionally intelligent people don't just tolerate feedback, they actively seek it out. Not just from coworkers, but from friends and family and even casual acquaintances. They know that different perspectives help paint a fuller picture of who they truly are. I can only hope to have enough EQ to not only understand the importance of feedback, but to actively seek it out. But I guess striving for it is the next best thing to actually having it, right? And we should all try to build a habit of seeking that feedback. Asking a friend, what's something I do that annoys you? Or a family member, how can I be a better listener? Opens you up to some personal growth. Now, personally, I'm not sure if I want to know that answer. I'm actually afraid of what that answer might be. But that's actually what having true emotional intelligence means, is to actually push that aside and seek out the truth, or at least the perspective from those closest to you. And the best leaders don't just improve in their jobs, they improve in their relationships, their communication, and their ability to connect with others. Research supports that people who actively seek feedback are more engaged, perform better, and strengthen their relationships. This is both professionally and personally again. And asking for feedback isn't weakness, it's an act of belief. Belief that you can improve. A belief that your potential is greater than your pride. A belief that discomfort today leads to great things tomorrow. Feedback doesn't smooth down the edges. Feedback is meant to sharpen. The sting is a signal that something inside of you is shifting, improving, becoming sharper. Growth is uncomfortable sometimes, but guess what? It's also necessary. The most painful feedback is the most powerful because it forces you to confront the parts of yourself you'd rather ignore. It holds up a mirror, revealing the gaps between who you are and who you aspire to be. And the discomfort is proof that you're on the edge of real transformation. So, as best as I can say, let that feedback sting. Let it heal. Let it shape you. And then go ask for more. Thanks for joining me on this journey. If today's episode sparked curiosity or resonated with you, let's keep the conversation going on the Human Thread Substack. And until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the human threads that connect us.